What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Matt, and on this channel I try and check out all the latest vape gear as soon as it hits the general public so that you guys can decide if you want to go out and buy it. Anything you can think of vapor, I try and check it out either in one way or another. Today I got something new that I don't normally do, that I haven't done many videos of, and we are going to check out a sweet mech mod from MechLyfe in collaboration with AbitionzVaper, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. I haven't done many videos on mechs. My knowledge isn't too extensive on mechs. There's plenty of channels out there. If you want to get your knowledge up on mechs, guys like Vaping Bogan, Grim Green, and then along with mechs, all the battery safety that goes along with that. You can check out guys like Battery Mooch. Those guys will be able to help you out the most in knowing your safety with mechs before you just go out and get a mech and start vaping. But it is a totally different experience. It's a total different world, and I like it a lot. So with all that being said, I'm not going to have every bit of information on mechs, and I think you should definitely go out there and get your knowledge up on that so you can use these devices safely without any issues. And when I say I don't have my knowledge extensive on mechs, I'm just talking about small little things. I know all the safety stuff because I've done all the research and the equations and everything that you need to be able to vape safely without having any issues. So yeah, here it is. The Arcless by, like I said, MechLyfe and AbitionzVaper. Let's get down, check out the packaging, show you up close. We'll take apart the button, tell you everything you need to know about the Arcless mech mod, and we'll come back up top. We'll throw a little RDA on top of it. We'll give it a vape, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts and pros and cons. All right. Let's get down and check out the Arcless. Alright, cool. So here we are. We are on the down low checking out the packaging. The Arcless mech mod came in by MechLyfe and AbitionzVaper. Here is a look at the packaging. All these color resin right here, these are going to be the sleeves. It does have a knurled black sleeve that you can take off. I'll show you that in a few minutes, and you can get all these different colors for a separate amount, and this you can get it stacked as well. Conductive, elegant, constant contact, massive, and resin sleeves. We'll give you a close-up so you can freeze frame and see what it comes with. And yeah, here's a look at the other side. Gives you a little look at the button, gives you a little description. I'm not going to read all that, but basically they're claiming a 0.43 voltage drop with a Samsung 30T. And if you check out AbitionzVaper, he does do the test live in his presentation video, so you can check that out. Let's take a look at the inside here. MechLyfe, authenticity, tells you what color you got there. Some social media branding, so we'll take this out. Actually, I already have everything out of it, so that's a look at that, and we'll show you the inside, even though I gave you the back so you could take a look. You're going to get a little user manual, and then you get a little, what it's going to have in here is you will have an extra, couple extra, should be, what is it, one extra spring, an extra button, and your actual contact pin, if you will, and then you get a 18650 battery adapter sleeve, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, this is an acrylic button, pretty cool, so you get a little baggie of spares. pretty much like everything these days, you get a little spare of something at least. So, and last but not least, the actual beautiful piece here, the Arcless Mech mod itself. So you have your 510 connection on the top there. It is hybrid, so anything that you're using, you want to make sure that it does protrude. We'll take it apart here. We'll take apart the whole firing button, if you will, afterwards. But I want to show you guys the tube. We'll tell you some dimensions here. It's 25 millimeters on top. It jets out to 27, and the full length, excuse me, the full length is 91 millimeters, 27 at the widest. You can kind of see you do have 25 here on top, and then if you look right there, you can see it jets out. And this button on the bottom, when you have it on here, sorry, a little shakiness in the camera going on. You get wider down here. So yeah. 25, so anything 25 or under is going to look great on this thing. All black, like I was saying. This is that knurled section that does indeed, I like to give it a twist, even though it's not screwed. It's just held on by 2 O-rings. Let's give it a nice twist to come off, and that's how I put it back on too. So we'll have our our serial number there. I'll give you a look at the inside. I don't know how well you'll see in there, but it does have a sleeve in there. And then here is your knurled sleeve that does sit on there. And like I was saying, you can get different resin sleeves, so you can put any of those colors that you were looking at on here. That'll look pretty cool. So we'll just slide that back on. So knurled sleeve, brass construction. You got your hybrid 510 connection on top, self-adjusting battery contact. Sorry. So if you look at that, that's where your battery is going to sit, and it is spring, so it is going to adjust. It's all silver-plated constant contact. It does have the internal insulation protection, like I said. You get 1 metal button and an extra acrylic button. It's compatible with 18650, 2700, and 21700, which is awesome. What else? Let's talk about this lower section here now. So if you look, it does say AbitionzVaper, and it does have like a textured feel to it. So we'll show you how to take this apart, and then we will show you how to put it back together. I'm not going to fast forward through this section. If you want to fast forward, I'll probably put a timestamp if you don't want to see this, but take a pair of tweezers. See if you can see it. There's a little cutout there and there. So I'm just going to take my tweezers, spread them open a little bit. And then we're just going to loosen this right up, if it'll stay in the actual indentation there. We'll take this all apart so you guys can see. Loosen this right up, if we can. A little weird doing it on camera. My tweezers keep falling out of those slots. So, yep, so now we'll take this out. So we got 3 components here, and then we'll take apart the rest of it. So your constant contact, which is what's sitting against your battery. This is the housing, if you will, that it sits in, and then your spring. So that's what allows it to be, self-adjusting to the battery itself. So as you put a battery in and you screw this bottom, fire button, if you will, screw it in, you'll feel, after a certain amount of threads, you'll start to feel resistance, which is just this, the constant contact, touching the battery. So you got your 3 pieces there, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take apart the actual fire button itself, which, might I add, is very, very nice. I'd say it's like a medium. It's not a very hard button to push down. Probably a medium. I wouldn't really call it soft. And in his presentation video, he made the point of saying that he wanted to make it easy. If somebody has arthritis, what if they have arthritis? They should be able to use this too. So you have your other silver-plated piece here. That's what's going to be making contact there, and then you have a spring, and then your fire button. So the fire button here, pretty sweet. Everything, all the threads on all of this is very smooth. I want to point out, textured, and it's got a really nice feel to it. So we're going to go ahead and we'll put it back together. Now that we've torn it apart, I wanted to show you how we take it apart. So we're going to go like that, put that in there, We're gonna go like sorry, like pulled it out of frame. We're gonna go like that, take our flathead, just gonna start to screw it right back together just like that, if we will. Probably help if you push your button in there properly as I'm dropping everything. So you have to bear with me slightly. I've only taken this apart twice now. Alright, so screw this back in. Man, do I need a bigger flathead. Screw that back in just like that. And now when I got this, funny enough, Cheesehead, little shout out to Cheesehead Vaping. If you're watching, I know you didn't take apart the button in your video, probably because of all this, you know, all these fun springs and trying to get everything back together. So when I first got mine, like yours, this button protruded out beyond the bottom here. So if you set your mech down flush, I mean, it doesn't push the button in, but with the fire button, it was actually protruding. When I took this apart and then screwed this all back together, it actually sucked this fire button in a little more. And with that being said, now as you can see, it doesn't protrude out. It is completely flush. So if that is something that's nitpicky with you, that bothers you, which I mean, it would bother me too, I was wicked happy to see that when I screwed it back together, it was all set. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put our piece back in here, our constant contact or self-adjusting battery contact, if you will, just right back into that Delrin piece. We'll put the spring there. Gonna go like this. And now this is the fun part. I used, what is it, 3 fingers, as you can see, and you just gotta try and start the threads. It's a little tricky. I had some trouble with it off camera as well. I took this apart a couple times before this video, and it's a little tricky to start because of that spring, but once you get it started, cool. So I got that back together. Sorry, just wicked hard to start those threads, but I got those threads started and then just use the tweezers. So yeah, constant self-adjusting, and then your fire button on the bottom there, pretty sweet. We'll slap a battery in it, we'll put an RDA on it, and we'll go back up top and I'll let you guys know my pros and cons, final thoughts, any information I left out, and yeah. Right, cool. So we are back up top. We have our Arcless Mech mod. Positive side of the battery is going to go up. We're going to go like that. Screw in our bottom section, like so. Like I mentioned, make sure that your 510 connection is protruding. This is the Turk V2, so gold-plated connection, like so. You wanna, and you know your safety with this. I'm not gonna explain every aspect of what you should do before you vape on a mech. Know your safety. Oh, she is angry with a nice Samsung 30T in there. Here's a look at it. Sorry if you see some juice there, but there's a look at it with the Turk V2, if that will clarify. Yeah. So pretty sweet, that looks awesome. Switched out the drip tip on that. We are gonna be dripping some Cunning by a company called Hustler, and it's just a crazy like citrus e-liquid that hits you like a menthol. What it hits you, it's pretty nice. I like it. I'm a big fan of citrus and fruits. So yeah, here we go. And boy, oh boy, this thing hits hard. It feels good. The threads are crazy smooth. Everything about this, I love it. Sorry that you're seeing my whiteboard. I like to write all my information down. Let's get into a little pros and cons as I look back at what I've written down here. I've said it a few times. Everybody, if you're, certain people, I love this word, awesome, 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 stellar, supreme, whatever you want to call it. The threading all around on this device is crazy smooth. This button, now that I don't really want to tip this upside down, but now that I've taking it apart and putting it back together, that button does not protrude below the bottom of this mech mod. So you set it down on your table, you're fine. Even when it did protrude slightly, there wasn't enough weight to force the button down. And even if there was, and because I tried this, it did not cause it to fire, which is awesome. My favorite thing about this is the knurled black sleeve. With this knurled black sleeve, it's wicked convenient to hold. It's grippy, so when you go ahead and fire, it's just there. It's not slipping. Like I have the Vindicator 21700, which I'm definitely going to be doing a video on this. Needs to be polished, as you can tell. And you know, if my hands are sweaty, it does get a little slippery. With this knurled sleeve, it just makes it great. So awesome threading, awesome knurling. The button is sweet. It's nice that you get the resin option. You know, you get a little bit of safety with that inside insulation. Still do not recommend using batteries with torn or damaged wrap. You know your battery safety. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all that. Plenty of people that do that. Sorry, excuse me. And just the fact that all the different compatibilities that it has, you know, 18650, 2700, 21700, it gives you a little bit of variety on you know, what batteries you can put in here. Last Pro would just be I should have showed this in the up close, but this is got some cutouts, so it's wicked easy to unthread and then rethread back in. So yeah, that's all I got for the pros. For the cons, honestly, I don't really know what to say for cons. I've been using this for a few weeks now. It came quick in shipping and everything, and since I set it up, I really enjoyed it. I have heard there's a little drama that it does look like something else, some other mech mod. I'm not a big mech user. I don't own a crazy amount of mech, so I can't say, yeah, this thing looks exactly like blah, 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 blah. So I stay out of the drama. I've watched a few videos. People have said that it looks like something else. I don't even know. I forget what it was called, but I have no cons with this. As of right now, I have no cons. Awesome, black on black. It's great for me. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Something a little different. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know that you want to see more videos like this. Give me a like. Throw a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see next. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And remember, keep vaping, guys.